I try to be as consistent as I can. I don't never want to try to overwork myself. And then if it's not gonna be how I want it to be, I'm not gonna just jump on it right then. I'm still gonna wait.
On the evening of August 21st, 2024, Kayla Alexandria Warren was sitting on a porch in the Germania Park neighborhood of Birmingham, Alabama. An unknown person opened fire. Kayla was shot. Another individual, Brian Adams, was also shot. Both were transported to UAB Hospital. They were pronounced dead shortly after arrival. Kayla Warren was 28 years old. She was a mother. She was known locally as a rap artist on the name 205 Kway. At the time of her death, she was enrolled at Midfield School of Cosmetology. Her presence on social media had been growing. Her music had gained regional attention. The scene of the shooting was a residential area. The shooter fled. No arrests were made at the scene. No weapon was recovered publicly. Law enforcement released limited information. Witness statements, if collected, were not disclosed in detail. Surveillance footage, if it exists, was not made public. No suspects have been officially named. The case remains unsolved. The motive is unknown. It is unclear whether Kayla was the intended target or if the shooting was indiscriminate. Information about Brian Adams' background in connection to Kayla has not been clarified. The timeline of events leading up to the shooting has not been fully reconstructed. Months have passed since the incident. The case has received limited media attention outside the local area. No charges have been filed. The investigation remains open, but there have been no confirmed developments. This report examines the timeline, background, investigative actions, and public response. It outlines what is known, what is not known, and what questions remain unanswered. It presents a full account of the events as they are currently understood. Welcome to True Crime Unmasked. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. The show where we uncover the disturbing crimes tearing communities apart and the haunting truths hidden behind closed doors. These are real stories, real individuals, real consequences. Stay tuned for more captivating stories. Now let's begin. Kayla Alexandria Warren was born and raised in Birmingham, Alabama. She spent most of her life in the inner city neighborhoods of the city, which is known for high crime rates and poverty challenges. Kayla came from a modest background. Her family consisted of her mother, siblings, and extended relatives who were known to live in the same community. Public records and available information suggest she was raised in a single-parent household, though her father's identity and role are not clearly documented. She attended Midfield High School. Students and faculty at the school described her as creative and determined. During her time there, she displayed interest in beauty, performance, and storytelling, all of which would later influence her music and career choices. There are no records of disciplinary issues or academic failures. Instead, reports show she was regarded as focused, often turning to artistic expression to deal with her environment. Kayla Warren gave birth to a daughter, whose age at the time of her mother's death was reportedly less than 2 years old. The identity of the child's father has not been publicly confirmed, and no public custody disputes or paternity issues have been documented. According to those close to her, Kayla was known to be protective of her child and had taken active steps to ensure financial stability. Outside of music, she was enrolled in the Midfield School of Cosmetology. This enrollment was part of a broader personal plan to pursue entrepreneurship. Her goal, as stated in interviews and online posts, was to open her own beauty salon in Birmingham. This ambition aligned with her background, as cosmetology and hair styling are prominent small business paths in her community. Records indicate she was progressing in her training at the time of her death. Kayla used the stage names Kway and 205 Kway. The name Kway stemmed from a combination of her name and a personal phrase she often used, meaning my way or no way. The 205 in 205 Kway reference Birmingham's area code, establishing her identity as a representative voice from her city. Her music focused on real-life narratives, particularly community challenges, female struggle, survival, and personal trauma. Her lyrics often reflected stories of growing up in poverty, witnessing crime, and navigating trust issues. Some tracks also dealt with relationship betrayal and loss. These themes resonated with her growing fan base. Her presence on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube was consistent but modest. On TikTok, she used clips of her songs, promotional teasers, and freestyles to attract attention. Engagement varied, but some posts reached thousands of views. Her Instagram account showed a combination of music-related updates and personal content. YouTube featured freestyle clips, behind-the-scenes footage, and short music videos. Her last known song contained lyrics referencing betrayal and sitting around snakes, which online followers speculated could have been a warning or reflection of real threats in her life. However, there is no confirmed link between her music content and the shooting. In the weeks leading to her murder, Kayla was publicly active. She promoted her music and shared personal content on social media platforms. She was seen collaborating with local creatives, performing in small venues, and maintaining her cosmetology studies. Her posts showed no overt signs of distress or fear. However, within her inner circle, there were reports of arguments and shifting relationships. People familiar with her routine stated she had recently distanced herself from certain individuals due to growing tension. These individuals were not named in public police statements. No restraining orders or police complaints were filed before the incident. Several followers and community members mentioned cryptic posts in her Instagram stories that hinted at betrayal. One story reportedly said, "It's always the ones closest to you. Be safe out here." Another included a caption over a black screen, "Just because I smile doesn't mean I don't see what's going on." These posts were shared less than 48 hours before the murder. While they generated speculation, they were not specific enough to indicate a clear threat. There were no verified threats made against her in the public domain, but street-level rumors suggested that interpersonal conflict may have been developing. None of these rumors have been officially confirmed or denied by law enforcement. On the evening of August 21st, 2024, Kayla Alexandria Warren, also known in the local music scene as 205 Kayla, was sitting on the front porch of a residence located in the Germania Park neighborhood of Birmingham, Alabama. She was not alone. Several individuals, including 25-year-old Brian Adams, were also present. At approximately 8:15 p.m., an unknown suspect approached the location and opened fire. The method of attack remains officially unspecified in public records, but witness statements indicate a possible on-foot approach rather than a vehicle-based shooting. Multiple gunshots were heard. The exact number of shots fired was not released by police, but shell casings recovered at the scene suggest at least 6 to 8 rounds were discharged. Initial reports do not confirm whether Kayla Warren was the intended target or a bystander. However, both she and Brian Adams sustained gunshot wounds. Kayla was critically injured and was transported by emergency medical services to UAB Hospital. She was pronounced dead upon arrival. Brian Adams was declared dead at the scene. Kayla Warren was 28 years old at the time of the shooting. She was a mother to a young daughter and was known for her emerging presence in the Birmingham music scene under her stage name 205 Kayla. In addition to her music career, she was enrolled at Midfield School of Cosmetology. Her death was widely noted on local social media platforms, with users sharing clips of her performances and prior live streams. Brian Adams, also in his 20s, was shot and killed in the same incident. Publicly available records offer limited information regarding his personal life or background. There is no verified record of a romantic or professional connection between Adams and Warren. However, both were seated on the porch together at the time of the incident. No motive was officially released linking either victim to prior criminal investigations. Following the gunfire, emergency services were contacted by neighbors who reported multiple shots fired and individuals on the ground. First responders arrived within minutes. Upon arrival, officers secured the area, established a perimeter, and began canvassing the neighborhood for potential witnesses or surveillance footage. Kayla was found with life-threatening injuries and was transported to UAB Hospital. Brian was pronounced dead on site. Police cordoned off the area with crime scene tape, conducted an initial assessment of shell casings, and began collecting evidence. A firearm was not recovered at the scene. Initial statements from nearby residents varied. Some reported hearing the shots but did not see the shooter. Others claimed to have seen an individual fleeing the scene on foot. Surveillance footage was sought from nearby houses and businesses. Whether usable footage was obtained has not been confirmed by investigators. Early speculation within the community focused on multiple theories. Some believed the shooting could be gang-related due to the location. Others speculated about personal disputes or the possibility of mistaken identity. No suspects were named at that time, and no arrests were made within the first week of the incident. The investigation into the double homicide was led by the Birmingham Police Department's Homicide Division. The lead investigator was not officially named in public briefings. Crime scene technicians collected multiple shell casings from the porch and surrounding area. Based on early ballistic analysis, the weapon used was believed to be a semi-automatic handgun. The specific caliber was not publicly confirmed. Witness cooperation was limited. Detectives conducted multiple interviews with individuals who were present at the scene, including those seated on the porch and others who lived nearby. According to police statements, several witnesses were hesitant to provide detailed information, citing safety concerns and fear of retaliation. The Birmingham Police Department issued a general appeal to the public for information related to the shooter's identity. No composite sketch or description of a suspect was released. Investigators explored potential leads involving both victims, analyzing their digital communications, recent contacts, and known associates. No persons of interest were publicly named in the first month following the shooting. Following the death of Kayla Warren, her family released statements through local media outlets. Her mother called for justice and urged anyone with information to cooperate with authorities. Her siblings and extended family members posted on social media about her death, sharing videos of her performances and referencing her goals in both music and cosmetology. In the week following her death, multiple community vigils were held in her honor. The first occurred at Germania Park, near the site of the shooting, and was attended by approximately 100 people. A second vigil was organized in Midfield, where Kayla had attended cosmetology school. Friends, former classmates, and fellow musicians were present. No violence or disturbances were reported at these events. Kayla's death had a visible impact on those close to her, particularly individuals in the local music community. Several independent artists paid tribute to her in social media posts and freestyles. The emotional toll on her immediate family was compounded by the unresolved nature of the investigation. Her child, whose age was not publicly disclosed, is now in the custody of a family member. No legal guardianship disputes were reported. Local media covered the initial incident on the day following the shooting. Outlets such as WBRC and AL.com published short reports summarizing the facts and police statements. Coverage was limited to standard homicide reporting and did not include in-depth investigation or feature profiles. Despite Kayla Warren's social media presence and regional popularity as a rapper, the story did not receive national media coverage. No major platforms or national true crime podcasts featured her case within the first 2 months of her death. Public demand for justice was mostly confined to regional social media platforms, including TikTok, Facebook, and local crime pages. Hashtags calling for justice for 205KW appeared sporadically but did not trend widely. No major celebrities or influencers posted about the case. The disparity between her growing popularity and the limited media response was noted by some local residents, but no formal campaigns were launched to amplify her story. If this story touched you deeply and made you question what's real, be sure to tap the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear it. For more gripping true crime stories that unravel the hidden truths behind heartbreaking cases, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. You won't want to miss our latest episodes, investigations, and powerful conversations. Thank you for joining us on this journey to uncover the truth and fight for justice. Together, we can shine a light where it's needed most. Stay safe, stay alert, and we'll see you in the next story.